Hello, this is Nicholas Babbitt with Mutual of Omaha and Spring Arbor University. I am with Professor Wagger with the ORM 456 class. Today I'm going to be going over my field study presentation, which is really the capstone presentation of the entire semester. Introduction. So my title at the company is VP of Lending or Sales Purchase Manager. My tenure, I've been doing mortgages. I've been in the mortgage industry, the mortgage profession, for over 5 years now. And the goal here for this presentation and for this entire project is simply to make Mutual of Omaha more profitable and to bring in more business. On top of that, the tenure and keeping the turnaround time itself for each employee down to as low as possible. So first things first, what is the problem? So the problem, the trainings are outdated, lack of innovation up at the top, and also the competitors are catching up. Last but not least, the sales force is overworked. So I'm just going to briefly go into each one of these and kind of give you a little idea as to what each one means. So the trainings are outdated. We're in the 21st century, but we are acting as if we are in the 20th century. A lot of the trainings that we're going over are things used back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. I give a little bit more detailed information on that within the report itself. And but at the end of this, I'm going to give some resources as well. I can always go into further elaboration. I can do further research as well. The lack of innovation simply is the leadership up top is lacking the innovation for doing what is necessary for tomorrow, right? This generation is the executive generation right now is basically capped out. They are on the brink of retirement, and a lot of those individuals are getting a little lackadaisical, so to speak. And I say that because the amount of AI integration that has been brought into organizations throughout the nation, doesn't matter what industry, are few to none. So I'm going to go over that as well later in the presentation. And the competitors are catching up. Competitors are the inspiration and the motivation within the industry, with any industry. So right now, the competitors are catching up to Mutual of Omaha. That's a big deal. We're a big name, and it takes a lot for someone to catch on up to us. And last but not least, the sales force is overworked. I'm saying that because, yes, you have people who are pencil pushers, but this is a sales-based organization. So when your sales force is overworked, you're not going to get as good of a result, right? It's going to be something that will break a lot of people. A lot of people are going to get burnt out. The problem is that they are overworked, and there needs to be a solution to fix it before it becomes too much of a problem. So, what is artificial intelligence? So, artificial intelligence is simply a design that is algorithm based to help answer problems and to get programs to communicate better with one another. How does it help businesses? Based on the surveys that we've gone over, it helps out businesses astronomically. It takes the middle guy out, so to speak, right? And some of the good examples for this is going to be through text messaging. It's going to be through emailing. You can set up automation that will answer almost any question. Of course, there's going to be statistical outliers, but for the majority of the part, AI is going to help answer a lot of those small questions and help funnel the clients who need help the most and who genuinely need help. Next up, does AI create efficiency while maintaining consistency? Yes, 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 yes. This graph here behind me, it goes over the revenue increases from adopting AI are reported most often in marketing and sales, and cost decreases most often in manufacturing. All that is simply put that the industry needs AI with their businesses. It's going to create efficiency, meaning that you're not going to have to work as hard, but you'll still get the consistency that you had before, right? You're still going to be able to get the same product. Efficiency is the key to working in a smarter environment. Next up, how can it help Mutual of Omaha Mortgage Incorporated? Well, we already went over that briefly. It's going to help out by introducing this whole AI concept into the CRM. The CRM is, I'm going to get into here in just a moment, client relations management. So it's going to help out with automated text messages, right? It's going to help out with going over emails. It's going to help out, the AI itself is going to communicate between the different software programs that we have as a company. It's going to help the executives stay in touch. It's going to help senior management. It's going to help the sales force, underwriting, processing, everybody in between help stay in the loop when they need it most. Now, last but not least on this particular section is what is the cost? And it's fairly inexpensive. Of course, you have some programs out there that are extremely expensive, but this per capita, based on the branch itself, each branch, right? And we run off a P&L, profit and loss type of a model. So it's something that we incur as a branch, but it is literally only $100 to $200 per seat. So on average, if you have 20 people in a branch, $100 to $200 a seat, you're looking at $1,000 to $2,000 a month, maybe $4,000 a month, really just depending on who needs it, right? Maybe not everybody needs a particular CRM seat to create that autonomy. All right. Now, next up here, we're going to go over what is a CRM. The CRM is Velocify. Velocify is a CRM management program system that also helps link together one of our automated underwriting systems. Now, a lot of this is new terminology to you. Automated underwriting system is simply the software that underwriters and mortgage loan originators use to find if a client is eligible or not eligible, right? And that's the basis of our industry. So first off, CRM, client relations management system. This is where we can figure out every aspect for the client, right? Where they live, who they are as an individual, what the goals are for that individual. Next up, cross-reference capabilities. This is what I was talking about when it comes to processing, underwriting. There are a lot of intricacies that are being missed right now just simply because people forget to plug things in. There are certain automated functions that could be processed without a person on the other end clicking a button, when we all know that based on X, Y, and Z, the answer will be funneled through and it will be C. The answer would be C or the answer would be B. Now, the current usages versus the potential usages. So the current usages for Velocify are the base software edition. The new or the potential usages are going to include that AI software system that we've been talking about, right? It's going to include automated talk between all the software systems that we have, right? It's going to create autonomy within the organization. And most importantly, it's going to cut down on unwanted and unneeded extra and excess time that could be spent elsewhere, right? I'd rather have someone who's smart and efficient than someone who does not get as much done and is overworked. Now, AI within Velocify, we've touched base on that already. It's really just the integration itself. It's the program talking with the executives, with the managers, with the senior management, underwriters, loan officers. It's with everybody intertwined. And like I said, it uses that funneling system. Now, the projections. Behind here is just a business value forecast for AI type, right? AI, artificial intelligence, is not used in roughly 95% of business practices. And in my opinion, it is more than likely based on the fact that the individuals who are in charge right now are a little older, right? Can't teach old dogs new tricks. I don't believe in that, but that's really what a lot of sales businesses and sales companies, organizations are actually mimicking. They're mimicking that just simply because, if someone is 5 years away from retirement, they don't want to have to start all over again. So let's get right into it. Can AI help Mutual of Omaha Mortgage Incorporated? Yes, absolutely it can. And it's going to help create a more cohesive relationship. Number two, are our competitors using AI within their organizations? Yes. And it's the organizations that not necessarily were at the top 2, 4, 5, 10 years ago that are now at, I would say, competing with numbers 5, 6, 7 within the entire industry. And there's over 6,000 mortgage lenders out there. What success do companies see within the first year? Typically, based on the surveys that have been taken, they double their profits. They double their income just within the first year of really just initiating this whole AI-based CRM program that will help communicate, and it really just takes up the manpower, right? What is realistic versus unrealistic? The realism behind the AI is not fictional, right? It is something that is real. It's something that is going to be here. It's going to be the norm within the next 5, 10 years. The solution. We need to update to 21st century trainings. We need to yesterday. We need to integrate AI into the Salesforce. That's going to be the biggest push that we can make as an organization that's going to help us stay up at the top and to maintain our position regarding where we stand in the stock market with our shareholders and just within the drive for this industry within the global realm. We need to create efficiency without risking the consistency. This is something that I already talked about. And then also, in turn, the company could be, well, it could be quite a few things. It could be the most successful, the most lucrative company out there that we've ever seen, right? It could be something that would change the globe. It would change the perspective based on what companies could and could not do. It could give a whole new meaning to what businesses, what their peaks could be, right? If you take the man hours that are wasted throughout the day and you apply that right towards efficiency, autonomy, now you're adding an additional 50, 60 hours per work week just within one day. For example, if you take the AI technology and you have, for Velocify, you can have 3 people being called at the same time just from one loan officer's phone. And whoever picks up first, it'll drop those other calls and it'll call them back as well, just so they are not missed. So there's a lot of AI that is helping innovate, and it's helping lead the industry in ways that have never been seen before. And there's a lot of organizations that are not, they're not taking heed, they're not following through with what should be followed through with, just because they're ignoring the signs. They think it's too good to be true, right? So, all in all, I appreciate you listening. Here are a few references from the presentation. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm going to include the link as well. Thank you, and have a great day.